Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a house tour for you, looking around the downstairs of our home. I hope you all really enjoy it. It's kind of gonna give you an insight into changes that we've made whilst we've been living here for the last 3 years, and also it's going to give you an idea of things that we are planning to do this year, just to kind of like refresh and update the house as we live in it. All these things will be things that I will share with you in and throughout the year. I'll be popping it up both on here on YouTube and also on my Instagram, so make sure that you go and give me a follow over there. Just to give you a brief background of our house, we live in a new build property. It was built by Persimmon homes and we live in a Hatfield corner. So most of you, if you are familiar with new builds and Persimmon, you'll know that they have a Hatfield house type, which is a 3-bedroom house, 2 stories. It's a family home. It has a living room and a kitchen diner at the back and then 3 bedrooms upstairs. But the Hatfield corner is only slightly different in that normally on the corner of a road, but also the door is on the side and so a couple of the windows as well, but you'll see that as we're walking around. So yeah, we've lived here for 3 years now. We live on a rather large development. It's turned out to be. We didn't know it was actually going to grow and be this big, but we do really enjoy living here. It's really lively and good like access to local shops, and it's got a nice park nearby, lots of really lovely schools, and Olivia's just started school and she's really enjoying it, so that's what's important to us. So come with me as we take a look inside number 2. I always feel that an entrance into somebody's home should be an insight into their lives and what to expect from the rest of the house. So we made use of space here and added a console unit. And the console unit itself is actually the ma'am dressing table from IKEA, and what I did was I just sort of gave it a rub down and painted it in this grey colour. The grey colour we chose to paint it was Mole's Breath from Farrow & Ball, which is just this really lovely kind of like blue grey tone. And then we just accessorized it with a bright lamp it's got dual light bulbs in it, which adds to an extra bit of glam to the lamp, and a mirror which fits perfectly in this space here, and a lovely aluminium vase with some faux hydrangea in it and some roses and eucalyptus, and it just makes this little bit here look great. And also this table is fantastic for storage. From this angle you can see the other part of the hallway entrance. We've got some artwork up on the walls. A black frame draws the attention to the art up here, and then we have this really lovely radiator covers. There's just a small radiator behind this unit, but the mirrored unit just looks so good there, and I really like the pattern on it as well. Sort of just dresses that little bit here for when our guests arrive, and it just looks really lovely with the little family rules and pictures of ourselves as well. So off the hallway entrance you have our living room, and we opted to have some half glazed doors going off the hallway as well. So this one here going into the living room, and then there's one as well going into the kitchen down there. I think that helped with the flow of the house, and also like with having a small child, I didn't want her to feel that she was shut off. So wherever she is I can always see her, and the doors are just a really nice touch. The doors have this kind of beveled glass on them as well, which just again add a little bit of glamour to the house. So if we go into the living room itself, it's quite a good sized space. We have in here a 3-seater sofa and a 2-seater sofa. They are both the Sophia range from DFS in the colour Pearl, and they fit perfectly in here. On the wall we have a large piece of art from TK Maxx, and the colours on the wall is actually Farrow & Ball Cornforth White. I really love the warming tone of that paint, and it just makes this whole room feel super cozy. In the centre of the room we've got a large coffee table from Dwell. It's ginormous and it has a grey marble topped. It's really, really beautiful, and we like using it for board games and just socialising around with friends and family. So in the living room we have a large feature window, and I really wanted to draw some attention to this. So the way that I did that was I popped up some wooden blinds to start with to give us some privacy, and then I dressed it with some long curtains going from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. They just sort of make the room look taller as well, and I finished it off with this black curtain pole, which I really, really love. Underneath here we've got a radiator cover again. I had to actually cut this down so it fit underneath the window because the height was slightly odd, but it looks beautiful and works really, really well. This is very much a family home and it is lived in, so we are always moving around the coffee table and the furniture just to make space for Olivia to do her dancing and bits and bobs that she likes to do, and to play games as well as a family using the floor space. So you'll see lots of carpet marks where things have been moving around, but that's what houses are all about. They're not show homes, and we like to enjoy our home as much as everybody else. So behind the door I sneakily placed this unit here. This unit hides a multitude of sins. Inside you're going to have all of Olivia's toys. So, well, not all of them, some of them. They're all safely kept in there, so she can access them easily, but also they're tucked away. So in the evening we have a lovely space which we can enjoy. You know, we don't see loads of like plastic all over the floor and everything else. So yeah, it's quite nice. So in this room we use the small wall as you walk in as the wall for the television. And TVs, I do find them to be quite ugly black boxes that sort of sit in a room, and I know you can get a lot of lovely TVs these days, but we don't have that luxury at the moment. So I wanted to make it a bit of a feature. And the way that I did this was that I actually wallpapered the wall behind it with this really lovely grained wallpaper. You can see it's just it's more of just a textured wallpaper. It's kind of got blue undertones and greys in it as well. A colour that's quite prominent in this room. And then I popped these really large lamps either side of the TV from Iconic Lights. And again, they continue on with the grain that's on the wall. They're really effective and look lovely because of the size of them. The TV stands on an IKEA Besta TV stand, and this actually used to lay flat on the floor. I just popped some like little legs on it, and then got these style panels from Lux Hacks, an Australian company, and they just create really, really cool like bespoke designs that you can add to your IKEA furniture to make it unique. And I really love the style of these. They work so well with like all the other rectangular shapes in the room, so I went for those ones. Then I popped 2 shelves above it with and then I was able to dress them with some pictures and stuff of us and our family. And yeah, it just looks really, really good. So you might notice in the corner there's a lot of like different shades on the wall. I actually started trying to paint this room last year and then changed my mind. But one of the jobs that's going to happen in this room this year is I'm going to just give all of the paint in here a complete refresh. It just needs touching up everywhere. It's mainly just because I've been messing around with paint colours and stuff, and then when I've painted over it, it hasn't worked out very well. So yeah, that's my plan for this year in this room. Other than that, I'm very, very happy with how it's looking, and I don't really want to make too many changes at the moment. I really love this light as well. I haven't spoken about this, but how beautiful is that light? So yeah, we're going to keep this room very much the same, and I'm just going to hopefully touch up the walls and just neaten it up a little bit, and maybe get some new cushions too. So going out of this room into the hallway, you'll see the staircase, and it leads down into the small downstairs loo. This room actually had a bit of an overhaul. I think it was the end of last year, as in 2018, maybe even the beginning of 2019. And what we did was we brightened up the space. So this is an interior loo. There is no natural light, and we only actually opted to have one spotlight put in here, which did make the room quite dark, we found. So in order to reflect the light slightly, the way that we did this was we added some white metro tiles, which if you look closely, they have a kind of wave on them, so they're really good at bouncing the light around the room. And then because of the one central spotlight, I wanted to add some artwork in here. So I popped these two black and white prints up from Desenio. They look really effective and they're quite large as well, so they really fill that piece of wall. The subway tiles are halfway the whole way around. It just sort of, it's just a simple loo. There's a couple of things I'd still like to add. I would quite like to add a mirror onto the wall maybe here. But at the moment it works really, really well. The colour on the walls in here is Farrow & Ball Blackened. It's literally one of my most favourite colours. It's a really lovely bluey, black undertoned grey, and it works so well in this space and makes it look a lot brighter and a lot fresher. So going down and past the loo that we just looked inside, we have a cupboard here that is under the stairs and just full of shoes and bits of clutter that we don't want this being seen. I'm hoping this year to actually get some cupboards put in under the stairs to add extra storage for us, something that we really crave in this house as we do have a lot of things. So that would be really, really good. And then we go into the kitchen. Obviously the view outside's not great because of the time of year, that's all our garden furniture covered up. But yeah, here is the kitchen. So because we are a Hatfield corner rather than a Hatfield, we don't walk into our dining room directly, we walk into the kitchen, which I actually really love about the house. You then look around and you can see there's the dining area and it goes off into the utility room. One of the first things that I ever did when we moved into this house was I actually added this kind of greenery to the fence outside. I hated the view. So the fence panel was orange and it just looked absolutely horrendous when you looked out the window. It was just a view of nothing. So that was actually one of the first things I did. I got the kind of hedgy panel from, I think it was B&M. I think it was like £20 or something. And yeah, it just really made a difference and just added some like climbing clematis, is it? And again, it just sort of makes it feel more wild and alive and is better than looking at an ugly wall. We upgraded all of our kitchen in here when it came, when we went through Persimmon, as we wanted to have a really lovely space that would be timeless. So last year we added some more of the metro tiles around here, and again that just really changed the space quite a lot. And then I spray painted the cupboard handles as well, just to make them our own. And then if you turn around this way, you will see the kind of dining area that we have created. So again, at the end of 2018, I started mixing up this space slightly. I added in these pendant lights from Value Lights and they completely transformed the entire room. So the furniture in here has been upcycled by myself. The radiator cabinet and the dining table, these are actually similarly to the console table in the hallway. They have been upcycled and painted using Mole's Breath from Farrow & Ball, as I really love the colour flow and I just like how it all works with the hallway as well going out there. And yeah, it just looks really tidy and I love it. So this is the dining area. The table is extendable and we use it a lot for like family dining and stuff. We also have easy access into the garden, as you can see, and then some more of Olivia's toys are down here as well. This is a really handy like Kallax unit that I've got here full of bits and bobs that belong to her. It's a good sized space. We don't have any trouble with it, and this is kind of just as it is 99% of the time. So it's just quite easy. I really love symmetry. So I added the 3 pendant lights and then I wanted there to be like black either side with the frames, but I didn't want the wall to look too cluttered behind. So I got this massive art piece here on the side. And then I just added some family photos on the other side for us. And it works really, really well and adds a good bit of symmetry. Some of the plans I have for this year, again in here, so the colour on the walls is Farrow & Ball Cornforth White. Again, it's my favourite colour, so it's pretty much everywhere. But yeah, so it needs touching up in here really badly because for Olivia's birthday last year, I covered this whole wall for a Princess Jasmine party. I'll try and insert a picture for you. It looked fantastic, but I stuck it up with sellotape, and so it's left like a sticky residue all over the walls. So one of my plans for this year is to touch it up, but also I really want to put some paneling on this wall just to add something to it. I'm thinking the kind of like big block paneling. I think it looks really cool, really modern, and I just also think it would work so well with the shaping in the room already. So the shaker cupboards here, and this unit, it would just really work over there too. So the colour of the walls would be staying the same, but I would just be adding the paneling. So coming off the dining room is where we have our utility room. We have our washing machine and a tumble dryer in here, and then our boiler is boxed in inside. We've got some art on the walls and some more family pictures and bits and bobs here, and our microwave and lots of smelly things. And then in here is the cupboard of doom. Now I know everyone has one. We have 2, maybe 3, and they are absolutely chocker. So this cupboard is full of all our cleaning stuff, and it's a nightmare. So one of my jobs again this year is going to be to add some shelving in here, tidy it all up, and make it look like the rest of the house. So it's on my to-do list. I'm not going to show you, but trust me, it is a bomb site in there. So
life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.